Hey y'all, it's Amanda, Tap Mom in the Beg Brigade. Forgive me if I sound out of breath. I've had some sort of respiratory thing going on the last several days where I've been cough. My voice has been in and out, and it's pretty scratchy at the moment. Feels like sandpaper did a two-step on my vocal cords and my throat. A little 7-Up. Well, the Walmart version anyway. Twist up. Tastes like 7-Up, but about half the price. Anyway, well, Will is better. He's out on a Saturday night, as most young men tend to go and do. I'm glad he's able to do that. He was pretty bad off early in the week, but now he's better and he's going back to work Monday. But now we're concerned that maybe I've got it, but I don't know. And I had fever earlier. Pretty sure I had fever because it was not warm in here. It was reasonably cool, but not hot. The temperature in the room was fine, but I was burning slap up. I took some Aleve, and of course, my fever came down. I'm still a little bit warm, but not too bad. I don't generally get overly hot unless it's really hot outside. So it's pretty unusual. But I do have COPD, and the phlegm monster has been at me pretty bad. I've been coughing. Sorry, just trying to move y'all up a little bit. But my voice keeps going in and out. So if I sound a little bit like Tina Turner, you'll know why. But it's been a week. Of course, last week it was the washer that broke, and we had to go to the laundromat. We decided that we're just gonna save our money and buy us a new one rather than try to get a used one for these folks asking new prices for used ones. So we're just going to save our money and get us a new one, I guess. And Will's got this old Blazer that we've been paying insurance and tags on, and he's got a guy that he used to work with willing to buy it as is, even though it's got lots of issues. It's like a 1991, I think, or something like that, Chevy Blazer. It's got some issues. It's really old, and it's been well used. And he currently has a 2004 Honda Civic that he drives that was so well taken care of, it drives like a rent car. Seriously, it's in that good a shape. I mean, the mileage is low, and he bought that, I want to say April or May of last year, something like that. And yeah, somewhere in there. And it's a good little car. It's terrific on gas. He can go almost 2 weeks on gas, and it's a good little car. He's done very little to it. It's been great, and so there's no reason for him to really keep the Blazer anymore. He has no plans to do anything else with it, so he's going to sell it, and the kid that wants to buy it is going to give him more than enough to have enough to buy the washer. So the Lord is providing a way for us to get that washer. So we're real, I think things just work out sometimes. So hopefully that all goes through and without a hitch this week. I'm gonna cross my fingers that works out. And of course, we wouldn't be us if we didn't have more challenges. And Will came home, like last night? I guess it was last night. And he got to looking under the trailer and discovered there was water leaking under the trailer, and he couldn't tell where it was coming from. So we did find a way to turn the water off, because water bills can run up pretty easily out here. And so finally, they got the maintenance guy out here this afternoon, and he discovered that it's coming from the water heater. It's leaking underneath the trailer, so it's not leaking in my closet where the water heater is, thank goodness, since that's where I had some of my keepsakes and things. So I just got to take everything out of that closet, which is a chore in itself, because that's where I keep things that I don't have room to put anywhere else, because this is not a very big place. And so me and Johnny got to clear out the closet so that the maintenance guy can come back tomorrow, hopefully, and get to that water heater and get to the pipes and stuff. And it's not the water heater itself, it's the piping and the connections and stuff that have to be repaired. And hopefully that can happen tomorrow. So we're having to turn the water on when we need it, get done what we need to get done as far as showers and toilet flushing and stuff, and then turn it back off because it's leaking pretty good. So more challenges. Just more challenges. Lord has tested me. I think it's just a strength test. It's just a strength test. Okay, let's give her son COVID. You know, the one that's got the bad attitude. Not the good son, not the sweet son, but the one with the bad attitude. He doesn't always have a bad attitude, but he's 29. You know, he's under a lot of stress at work, and then he's helping support me while I fight for my disability, and he feels a lot of stress. And so yeah, and then he gets sick, and you throw being sick on top of that. Yeah, he's the one with the attitude. Now, it couldn't happen to the sweet one who goes with the flow and never has a bad word to say about anything. I try to incubate him, just like, oh no, don't touch anybody, Johnny, don't touch anybody, because we can't have you get sick. We can't have our JJ get sick. No. That's my partner right there. That's my bud. Can't have him get sick. That would break my heart. He's had a little headache here and there, but I think he has my weather headaches. I get what they call weather headaches that are brought on by the drastic changes in the barometric pressure. I don't get them often, but I did a lot when I was younger. And I take some of my mental health medication takes care of those headaches a lot. Mostly takes care of them. I still get them every now and then. If the shift is strong enough, I'll still get one. But my medicine pretty much negates it, for the most part. But Johnny's not on any medication on a regular basis, just headache medicine here and now and then. So he's having issues. But headaches. He's had a few headaches here in the last week or so. But luckily, just a little ibuprofen or Aleve, and he's fine. Sorry, when my throat's messed up, I have to drink a lot. But I dry out real easy. Lots of fun. And then, of course, I've been working on William's blanket. Working like a mad woman, I should say. I've got, I think, 7 or 8 panels done, and I'm working on the last black panel. I had to count these again. I brought them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I got 7 over. I'm working on number 8. Number 8 is another black panel. I did get the other panel like this done. I just finished one just like this. I just finished that like in a day because I was just trying to keep my mind and my mind and my hands busy. So, but I ordered these things called Flexi Looms. I don't know if any of y'all heard of them, because I knew that I was going to have these little, I knew it was going to, if I tried to do it by hand, if I tried to connect them by hand, then it would look like a Frankenstein blanket. Because I can't just regular sew. It always looks really weird and terrible. And so I wanted them to be in straight lines. So I figured if I could, I tell you the way that I planned on doing it is I planned on putting put one down on the loom like this, and then putting the one that I want to connect it to like this, and just putting them both edges over the loom like this, and then flip them over like that and connect them, and then take a yarn that matches at least one of the ones I'm connecting, and do a couple of rows like that, and then cast it off, and then boom, it'll be connected. And that'll be a lot better edge than if I tried to slip stitch it, or whatever you want to call it. So, but the Flexi Loom, you can make it kind of move, and they have these little, I don't know how else to describe it other than Lincoln logs or something. They're little links of two pegs per link, and they have straight edge ones, and then they have round ones where they kind of move, and you can link how many ever links you need. And so for the spots where I only have about this amount of space, I could just connect it. It'll just be, I think it'll be more conducive to what I'm trying to do with this blanket, as far as connecting odd shapes together with cleaner lines. At least that's my hope anyway. This whole blanket idea was just kind of a shot in the dark, because I'd never done anything like this. I didn't have a loom that would, a big enough loom that would accommodate this 6 bulky yarn. I didn't have a big enough, and make a full-size bed blanket. So since I can't crochet, I could only loom knit, and I didn't have a loom big enough to accommodate, a big enough gauge loom to accommodate the six bulky, and make it big enough all in one go. Because if I had one that was big enough to make it, make the blanket all in one go, and just have it all be connected, and just connect the strands with a knot, and just keep going and adding yarn as I go, and have it all be, one big piece like that, that's what I would have done. But I didn't have that kind of setup, so I had to just do what I'm doing. So I guess we'll just have to see how it comes out. I think I've passed the point of being excited, and it's more about, oh my God, what have I got myself into? But I'm in the home stretch now, so I've got another black one like this that I'm working on now. And then I've got 3 5-ounce balls of a mustard colored blanket yarn that I can do if that's not enough, because he wants a blanket big enough to cover his full-size bed. So I figure once I get the black one done, I'll lay them all out and see if they cover it. I'll lay them out on my bed. My bed's a queen size, but it's close enough to a full size. But I'll lay them all out. It doesn't matter what pattern I lay them in, as long as I can lay them in and they can all be straight and flat, and see if they cover enough space to cover the bed. If they do, then I'm done. I can arrange them in however I want to arrange them to make it look as however we're going to make it look. If not, I do have more blanket yarn that I can do up if I have to. But I really want the last of it to be the 3 little mustard colored balls. I want that to be the very end of it. I want that to be a last resort. I really want the black one that I'm currently working on to be the end of it, because I'm just over this. that, and I'm sick and I don't feel good, and I'm just a type of person, I don't like to have ongoing projects for weeks and weeks on end. I like to be done. I like to get it done and get it over with and move on to the next thing. I don't like to keep a whole lot of works in progress milling around and floating around, and I just like to get it done and get it and move on to the next thing. But this blanket was had a dual purpose. It was stash busting with the blanket yarn, because I had like a lot of it. I mean, because here we are, eight balls in, almost 8 balls in, and there's still probably about, let's see, there's 3 of them, and there's 2. There's probably another 5 or 6 balls of blanket yarn in that tub, at least. Because when I started buying yarn, I didn't know a lot as much as I know now, and I didn't know what all I was going to be doing with the looms and with yarn and stuff, and I didn't know much about yarn. I just know I really loved blanket yarn, and so I bought a bunch of it, and as a result, I had a whole tub of it, of nothing but blanket yarn, and so that's where my collection of yarn started. And it wasn't, I don't remember what made me start buying other yarn, but I think it was probably a Bag O' Day a yarn haul video or something. I watched something that on YouTube, and it's like, what? All this other yarn? Because I didn't know anything. Because my mother's days of crochet had come and gone, and I never sat down and with her and learned any of that stuff, because I didn't have any interest in it when she was doing it. And, so what have you. So here I learned everything from YouTube. But it's just, I'm trying to hold on, and I had to cancel doctor's appointments that I had for Monday with a pulmonary doctor, and this particular doctor's hard to get in to see. So my rescheduled appointment is not until the end of February next month, so I got to wait a whole another month and a half before I get into the rescheduled appointment. And the reason why I rescheduled it is because I'm worried that I might have the virus, because of my son having it, and he tested positive. So, and I had close contact with him, and now I have symptoms. And even you can wear a mask all day long, but it don't mean, you just, if you think you might have it, you really got no business going to a doctor's office with other people. And the clinic that I'd have to go to see the pulmonary doctor it's like all kinds of specialists and other departments in that place, and it's just hundreds of people there. So I really just don't want to go there. If I have it, I don't want to go. Even with a mask on, I couldn't guarantee that I wouldn't expose somebody, and there's lots of elderly people that go there, and I just don't want to put anybody at risk. I feel like if I don't feel any better by Monday, if I feel worse, if I feel the same by Monday, then I feel like I could probably manage here at home. But if I don't feel any better, or if I feel worse by Monday, and I'm not managing my symptoms very well here at home, then I'll just do a walk-in at my doctor and see if there's some prescriptions he can call in for me to help with the symptoms. But I do have my breathing machine with breathing machine medicine for my COPD. I have Spiriva, and I have an inhaler, and excuse me, I had to catch my little breath a little bit. But I do have all those, so that's definitely helping. Dry mouth again. But so that's keeping me, but and so far what I'm coughing up is clear, so it's not infection. It's the phlegm monster. And if you know anybody with COPD or anything like that, or emphysema or whatever, then when they cough up a lot of phlegm. We all have a nickname for it, and mine is Phlegm Monster, and it hates me right now. And I'm probably about to have to go take a double breathing treatment because my chest is on fire. But it is what it is. It doesn't help that I'm overweight. Even though I'm working on that, I'm back to drinking my Slim Fast and trimming my meals down and doing my best to stay away from sweets, which when things are kind of hard here and everything, I do reach for the sweets because that comforts me. I mean, not only Jesus comforts me, but so does chocolate. At least it's not drugs, at least I'm not reaching for anything that's going to permanently, harm me in any way. Just chocolate. I do love my chocolate. White chocolate, Snickers with almonds, Reese's Cup, Nutty Buddy bars from Little Debbie's, Almond Roca. Oh, Almond Roca. Oh, I think that's one of my I bought a little tin can thing of that the other day at the grocery store, and I had forgotten how much I love that stuff. Oh man, it had been some years since I'd had any, and that was by design. I tried to avoid that because I knew I would eat. I'd just sit there and eat it because it's so good. Almond Roca is so good. It's one of my absolute favorite candies ever. And oh my goodness, I gotta hurt myself on that stuff. But I just got the one little can, so thank goodness. But I did share, so there's that. I'm just one of those people. If I have something and you would like some of it, and I'll share my last piece of whatever I have, because that's just who I am. Even if it's bought strictly just for me, and and someone I tell you, my oldest son come in here and I had a big bag of Doritos, and he happened to give me this look. He was at the refrigerator, and I was sitting on my spot on the couch across the room, and I had my big bag of Doritos, and I'm just eating on my bag of Doritos, and he turned around and gave me this look, and I said, "Oh, I know that look," because when I buy groceries, and I buy snacks, everybody gets their own snack. Johnny gets a bag of chips, and Will got his chips and salsa, and Mama got Doritos. Sometimes I want Doritos, sometimes I want cheese puffs. If I get cheese puffs, that means I'm going to share them with the Bag Brigade, meaning Theodore and Axel, our doggies. So they know if I get cheese puffs, they get cheese puffs. Because it's only right. It's their favorite treat too. It's cheese puffs. But this time I got Doritos. I do not share Doritos with the doggies. I just don't. I don't know why. I just don't. But I don't share the Doritos. But he gave me this look, and I looked at him. I said, "I know that look, young man." I said, "That look says, oh man, Mama got a whole bag of chips, and I done ate up all my chips. I just wonder if she'll give me some of her chips." He looked at me and he says, "How do you do that?" I said, "It ain't voodoo." I said, "It's called being your mother." I know that look. I know exactly what you're thinking. I said, "Get yourself a bowl and come over here, and I will give you some of my chips." So I gave him a big bunch of my chips, and off to his room he went. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. We're all family. That's what family does. You share what you have because you love each other that much. I mean, it ain't like I can't get some more at the store. It's not a big deal. I don't know why people get so stingy with things. It's just a snack. It's not like I got my name written on it, Mama only. No. I remember me and my sister fighting over stuff like that when we were kids. And I never let my kids fight over stuff. And even to this day, they're 7 years apart and they're grown men. But I will buy them the same snack if I think there's even a hint that they might argue about not getting the same thing. If there's even a hint that they might argue, I'll buy them the same exact snack so that I don't hear any hints of them saying, but you bought him this. You're grown. Why am I hearing this? Oh, go figure. The life of a mom. And I see Axel has taken residency over in my spot where I got to get back over and start working on my black panel. Might have to switch back to Mountain Dew. I'm getting sleepy. Anyway, for those of you that like to hear me talk while you're crocheting or knitting, I hope you've enjoyed this little chat. I'm going to go take a double breathing treatment, which will give me the shakes, but what can I say? It's what happens. It's just life. But hope you all are warm and healthy and doing well. Please like this video if you like listening to me talk. Subscribe to my channel if you like my content. I've been doing the daily devotionals, which I feel called to do. I'm enjoying doing those. Brings a lot of enrichment to my life. I hope it brings some enrichment to those of you that are watching. Seems that I have about 10 to 16 people on a regular basis that are watching them. And there's a few little comments here and there. I'd like to see more comments, but I'll take what I can get. I'd like to see more likes. It doesn't cost anything to just hit the little thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything, but it does wonders for me. I'm not, in any big hurry to get monetized or whatever you call it. I'm not trying to get paid from YouTube anytime soon. I'm just trying to gauge to whether what I'm doing with my devotionals, if I'm doing something that's worth doing, and if I'm doing it enough, if it's worth doing. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not wasting my time or wasting other people's time, because it's doing my heart good to read them. I just want to make sure that I'm not annoying my people that are my subscribers that are not interested in religious content, that are only interested in yarny content. I don't want to annoy you. Please don't unsubscribe to me because I have religious content. That's not all I'm about. It's a part of me that I feel called to do. I feel called to do these devotionals. And if you're offended by my doing them, then I'm not sorry. Because it's been laid upon my heart to do those devotionals. And obviously I'm touching somebody because some people have reached out and asked me to pray for them. And I'm not going to ignore that. Obviously, God told me to do that. He laid it on my heart to do it. And if people want me to pray for them, I'm going to do it. And if people need me to record these devotionals, maybe they're not comfortable going to church. Maybe this is the only Christian type content they're comfortable in watching. maybe they just need to dip a toe in, and this is the toe that they decide to watch. And I'm not a church going person myself. I'm not comfortable going to churches. I've been hurt deeply by people that called themselves Christian people. Uh, there was a lady back in West Memphis, Arkansas, that befriended me and the boys when this was back in 2004, between 2004 and 2005. And I was working at Walmart up there. And I didn't move back down here to Louisiana until 2009. And I had been running around undiagnosed with bipolar disorder for years and didn't get diagnosed until 2016. So back 10 years before that, or 10, 12 years before that, honestly, I don't remember everything I did. And of course I wasn't living a Christian life. I was doing me, and doing the most. I was working and taking care of my kids and having fun and doing things that I know I probably shouldn't have been doing. But this lady befriended me. I met her through work, and I went to church with her a couple of times, went to an event, like a picnic type thing with her church. And I lived in a duplex apartment, and I had to go to laundromat to do my laundry, and she invited me over to her home to do my laundry over at her place a couple of times. And she just really, I felt like it was just like trying to be a friend to me, or at least I thought that's what she was doing. And then I lost my job at Walmart. My mother and my stepdad at the time had moved to Russellville, Arkansas, which was a couple hours away. And so I was packing up to move where they were so that I could, find another job and not become homeless. And because Mama said, just come and you can live with us and get back on your feet. And so that's what I was, doing. I was packing up, and she came with it, and we rented a trailer, and she was packing me up to do that. And this lady wrote me this letter. And the lady that had been my friend, or at least I thought so. And in the letter, all she could talk about was how I was living my life, and how wrong I was to do the things I was doing, and how I wasn't doing right by my kids, and this and that and the other. And there was a lot of judgment. I mean, I felt like she was just like shaking her finger at me, and instead of saying, I've enjoyed this time being your friend, please reach out if you need prayer, what have you, don't lose touch, what have you, like you would a normal friend that's fixing to move away. I felt like she just, I don't know, just went completely left. And just, I don't know if it was my perception of what she was writing, because like I said, I was undiagnosed bipolar disorder. So I don't even remember everything she said in the letter, but the way it read to me is that she was coming down on me like fire and brimstone kind of situation. Like, you're going to go to hell if you keep living like you're living, and, this, that, and the other. And keep in mind, I've never done drugs. I've never been a heavy drinker. I've never been a party girl or anything like that. I worked. I took care of my kids, despite, having an undiagnosed mental illness. I managed to keep my bills paid as best I could. Food on the table for my kids. Clean clothes for my kid. Everybody taken care of, and never got in trouble with the law. Nothing like that. So I was confused as to why she felt that she was in a place where she could judge me as a bad person when I hadn't really done anything wrong. So, I mean, I'm not, Miss Perfect, Miss Scrapbooking, church going perfect. No, I'm Tat Mama. I'm Tattooed Mama. But I'm not, Miss Perfect over here, going to church every time the doors are open. But it broke my heart. And ever since then, going to church and attaching myself to Christian types that go to church has been very hard for me. So I seek my church outside of church. So my God knows where I'm at. He knows where I'm at. He knows that I love him. He knows that I'm faithful, and I think that because I've tried to live clean and tried to be a good person and do the right things, I think that's why that he laid it on my heart to do these devotionals, and to not only to read them for myself, but to read them on camera for other people. So I hope that I haven't let this run too long and that will run anybody off by this lengthy video. But this is, I guess, more than I probably should say about myself. But how are y'all going to know if I don't tell you? But, sometimes getting a little personal. I might be hitting on something that other people have been through, and that, this might help them get through something that they've been through. I hope so, because these are just experiences that I've had that have made me who I am and made me stronger and better. And I've survived these things. And I don't consider myself anybody's victim. I've survived these people that have hurt me in my life. And there have been many that have tried to tear me down and make me a victim and to destroy me. But you can't destroy the house God built. And Jesus lives right here in my heart. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to let anyone destroy that. So, anyhow, I love you all. And please put in the comments if you think I shared too much. I'm sorry for you. If I shared just enough, if I said anything that resonated with you, then please leave a comment and let me know that. Please subscribe if you haven't and you're interested in more content. I promise I'm going to give y'all an update on these blankets soon. I've kind of put a pin in the scrap blanket right now and just focused on the blanket yarn blanket for now until I get it done. I'm on the home stretch of that one, so I'm gonna get it done probably this next week or something, and then I'll go and finish up on the scrap blanket, and then who knows? I'll get back to more yarn content soon. It's just been a whole lot of life stuff going on recently, and I needed someone to talk to, and that's what y'all do. Y'all watch these videos and let us talk. And thank you for listening. If you're still here, I hope you all have a wonderful Saturday night. And please remember to adopt, don't shop. Your best friend's waiting for you at the shelter. I love you all, and good night.